Hi guys, and welcome back to Naturally Ellie. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a keto brownie bomb. So if you don't know what a bomb is, it is a bowl of basically good fats that you can have as a snack. This particular one is not made of brownies, but it has, I guess, the flavoring of brownies. When I first started keto back in 2018, it was something that got me through those mid-afternoon slumps when you just need something to snack on, so that I wasn't eating unhealthy snacks. I wasn't just going through the fridge or cabinets and just eating a lot of junk. So my head is probably gonna get cut off in this video a bit, but the more important area is here on the counter. So the first thing that you're gonna need is 1 block of cream cheese. And today you'll notice, guys, that I actually got my act together and pre-measured all the ingredients ahead of time. So you have your 1 block of cream cheese. You need 1/4 cup of coconut oil. It's a little messy, especially when you're in warmer months and it's a bit softer than usual. When you're using it in colder months, it tends to solidify more in your pantry, so you might actually have to kind of chisel it out of the container when you need to use it. But as you can see, it's still fairly warm around here and it's super soft. Okay, to that you want to add 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. Now you can use Hershey's cocoa powder. Personally, I am using Anthony's cocoa powder. Anthony's is a brand that I found on Amazon that had my sugar substitute, my erythritol. They have a huge line of products. I have the bag here. So this is Anthony's organic cocoa powder. You can find it on Amazon, and I'll put the link in the description below. So continuing on, you have your block of cream cheese, your 1/4 cup of coconut oil, 1/4 cup of cocoa, and to that we're going to add 2/3 cups of chocolate chips. Now, the recipe I'm using calls for or suggests that you use Lily's dark chocolate chips because those are more keto friendly. Personally, because these are not going to be baked and the chocolate's not going to be melted, I prefer to use mini chips. It's pretty difficult to find mini chips that are dark chocolate, so these are semi-sweet, which have a much higher carb content. So while these are not the best chips to be using in this, it's still better than grabbing a cookie or something like that off of the shelf. And when you're first transitioning into a keto-based diet, this is a good way to kind of help the transition and ease yourself into it rather than going cold turkey. So now we're going to add the chips, and you're just going to want to mix that all together until it's nice and evenly mixed. Okay guys, so as you can see, I've mixed it all up. Just one thing I want to note for you guys, I haven't made these in a while and I didn't really bother to read the directions on the recipe this time around. So you want to actually add the chips in after you've mixed together the cream cheese, coconut oil, and cocoa powder. If you have a hand mixer or a freestand mixer, you can go ahead and use that to make it easier for yourself. As you see, I just did it with a spoon. I like to get the workout as I'm making my snacks. So it's all mixed together. So you want to mix, as I said, the cream cheese, coconut oil, and cocoa powder together first. Once you've done that, it says to fold in the chips. You can see, again, because I'm using mini chips, it really didn't make a difference. It just makes it a lot harder to mix it if you put the chocolate chips in at the beginning the way that I just did. Okay, so once you have that mixed up, if you have a cookie scooper or a small ice cream scooper, you can use that. I don't have those things, so I'm just going to use the same spoon that I used to mix it up. And you want to get yourself a cookie sheet and some parchment paper or wax paper. Now, if you don't know the difference between parchment paper and wax paper, parchment paper is okay to put in the oven. So if you're making something like cookies or something and you want to put it on the parchment paper and put it in the oven, you're okay. Wax paper cannot go in the oven it will start to smoke like crazy. Your fire alarm will go off, and nobody wants that. So again, parchment paper or wax paper is fine for this because we're not baking. So you just want to take your scoops of the dough, and you can shape. If you don't have your scooper, as I said, and you're using a spoon, you can put it into little nice ball shapes with your fingers. And it makes a really good amount, so you don't have to worry. 1 bar of cream cheese can get you at least, I want to say 12 to 18 balls, depending on the size that you make them. They don't have to be perfect balls. Again, this is just a snack. If you don't want to make it as a bowl and you want to shape it like a cookie, that's up to you as well. You can put it in any shape that you want. Okay guys, so I went ahead and I bowled up the rest of my mixture here. I didn't think you'd want to sit there and watch me do that. So as you can see, I got 12 out of there. Some of these are pretty big, so again, depending on the size that you make, you might get more, you might get less. It's not a big deal. It's not a perfect science, especially when you're doing things by hand. That's where if you have the scooper, it would help you to get a little more consistent sizes of the bombs, and that would also help you get the nutrient factors per bomb. Obviously, it's the way I did it, it varies per bomb, but again, it's not a big deal. When I first transitioned to keto, I got those afternoon cravings a lot. So I tried to keep it to no more than 2 or 3 bowls in a particular day. I really 2. Now that I've been doing it a little longer, I don't really have those cravings as much. But if you just have, you just want some chocolate or something, these are really great for that. So now that they're all bowled, you're going to want to put it in your freezer for 20 to 30 minutes at least before you eat any of them. And don't worry, because the color will fade a bit once it's in the freezer. What I do is once they're frozen, I will take the tray out of the freezer and then just put them in a sandwich bag and pop them out of the sandwich bag whenever I want one. So there you go, quick and easy. These are keto brownie bombs. Again, I'll put the link to the recipe and some of the ingredients in the description below. One other thing to keep in mind, don't worry if you make any mistakes. There was a time that I made them where my eye kind of wandered on my page and I was mixing more than one recipe in one, and I mistakenly put some erythritol, which is the sugar substitute that I use, into the batch. If you know anything about erythritol, it does not dissolve, so it kept the crystallized sugar within the bowl, so it had a little crunch to it when I ate it. Not a big deal. Again, it ups the carb content a little bit more, but I didn't gain any weight from that, so it's not an issue. But I hope you guys enjoy them. Let me know if you make them and how you enjoy them. I'll see. Hi guys, so it's been about 2.5 weeks since I filmed the first half of this video, and I'm gonna be honest with you, when I was doing the initial edit and I saw my gut, I wanted to just kind of scrap the whole thing and reshoot once I was ready to make my next batch of brownie bombs. But if I did that, that really wouldn't be true to the intention of this channel. Naturally Ellie is about beauty in all shapes and sizes, and even embracing my natural state. And that was me in my natural state. And I've decided to put on the same outfit so that I can show you that with a little bit of mindful eating, I've managed to lose about 5 pounds and some noticeable inches since filming the initial part of the video. So I'm just gonna stand and show you here. I still have a bit of a belly, obviously. 5 pounds is not gonna get rid of what I had. I did say in some of my earlier videos that I had gained some weight, so I've lost about half of that weight that I've gained. I still have a way to go to get to my goal weight, but as I said, with a little bit of mindful eating, I'm practicing what I'm preaching to you guys. I'm not just saying, here, do this, do that, and then not doing it myself. So I managed to lose a little bit of belly weight. I'm not holding it in. If I'm holding it in, then I look like this. So you can see when I'm not holding it in. It's a slight difference, but it means a big difference to me. I haven't been as strict as I should be in my weight loss mode, but still being much more mindful of what I'm putting in my body than I was before. It's not only about the weight, it's also about the inches and the way you feel. So while the scale may show you're not really moving very much, or it's not moving as fast as you'd like, you have to pay attention to the way that your clothes fit and the way that you feel in your clothes, because that makes more of a difference. Muscle is heavier than fat, so as your body is changing and adapting, your weight may not shift as much as the way your body contours. You know, you might see more muscles in your arms or your legs. Like my legs are the most toned they've been in years. I always had more fit legs because I do a lot of walking. But you know, once I had ballooned up before, they just lost all tone and definition, but I have that back in my legs. And you can also see in my profile, even if I put my head down, I don't have the same amount of double chin that I had before. Double chin kind of runs in my family. Even if we're skinny, we still have a bit of a double chin, but it's not as noticeable, again, unless I'm tilting my head down, and even then it's not as big as it was in the first part of the video. So I just want to show you that I am practicing what I preach, that I don't just make these videos just to sound like I know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. I'm just recording my journey so that I can document the changes within myself and hopefully help anybody who's kind of struggling. And also, since it is October and we're getting pretty close to Halloween, I wanted to give you a couple of tips on your fat bombs. So if you remove the cocoa powder and chocolate chips and you can replace it with like pumpkin puree and some allspice, and you'd be able to make yourself some pumpkin spice bowls. Or you can try things like strawberry or lemon or any kind of flavor that you want to play around with. So the base of the recipe is mainly the coconut oil and the cream cheese. So just play around with some different combinations. Let me know what you try, what your favorites are. I've really only made the brownie bombs. I really want to try doing the lemon and unsweetened coconut that I've seen, because I love lemon and I love coconut. So I'll probably film that for you and let you know how that goes. So again, I just wanted to show you the results after 2 weeks of a bit of mindful eating. And if you want to know what I'm eating, you can follow me on Instagram. I'll put the link in the description below. I share some meals that I have from time to time. I don't document every single thing that I eat, but I do share meals and some snacks that I have. And I've been drinking lots of tea over the last few weeks. Instead of the latte, I'm down to only once a week. First thing I drink in the morning is a detox tea, and then throughout the day I drink all different kinds of teas. I have a million different flavors of tea so that I can keep a nice variety and not get too bored. And while I may not be drinking as much water as I'd like, because I used to drink 2 liters of water a day, because I am having the tea and I'm not adding milk or sugar, I'm counting that towards my water intake. I just wanted to show you guys that even eating something chocolate, even eating something that's not 100% keto, you can get the results that you want. Again, obviously, if you want more drastic results, then you have to take more drastic measures and be stricter on what you're putting into your body. But I hope that helps, and again, I'm going to stay true to who I am and what this channel is about. So if you have any questions on what I've done over the last few weeks, or if you want to see what I've been eating, again, you can check it out on Instagram, or you can leave a comment down below and I'll get back to you. All right. Thanks a lot. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later.